The golf team gets back into the swing of things.
Plus, who do the men's basketball team play first in the Big East?
Thank you for joining us. Golden Eagle Sports Report starts right now.
Slam! Dunk! Oh, that's a poster.
Live from the Jeannie Hayes Virtual Studio at Marquette University, this is Golden Eagle Sports Report.
Marquette gets the rebound, and the champions have gone down.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Layla Hudson, joined by Nate Bradley. We start tonight with news from the men's lacrosse team.
Last Friday, sophomores Noah Snyder and Scott Michaud passed away in a car accident near campus.
Noah played attack and was from Gettsville, New York. He was a student in the College of Business Administration.
Scott was a goalie and was from Springboro, Ohio.
He was a student in the College of Health and Sciences.
Both athletes were great students, maintaining a 3.0 grade point average while being named to the Big East All-Academic team last year.
4 other lacrosse players were also in the accident and are recovering.
Both Noah and Scott will be honored with moments of silence and t-shirts during games this weekend.
The Marquette University men's golf team opened its 2025-2026 season with an 11th place finish at the Gopher Invitational on Monday. First-year Misha Candinas and second-year Vincent Cervantes lead the way for the Golden Eagles, both shooting 4 strokes over par and tying for 20th. Out of the 15-team field, Marquette finishes 19 strokes above par and ties for 11th with the neighboring Wisconsin Badgers. Texas A&M left the Gopher Invitational victorious as the Aggies shot a cumulative par on the weekend. MU Golf's next event comes early next week as they head to the Invitational at the Honors Course in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The men's basketball Big East schedule has officially released.
The Golden Eagles open Big East play at home versus the Georgetown Hoyas on December 17th.
The regular season starts on November 3rd versus Albany.
Coming up this week in Marquette athletics, a big weekend for the Golden Eagles. On Friday night, MU Volleyball hosts Ball State at the Owl at 7 p.m. On Saturday night, MUVB hosts James Madison at the Owl at 6 p.m.
Also on Saturday, men's soccer hosts Lipscomb at Valley Fields at 7 p.m. On Sunday, volleyball closes their marathon weekend against crosstown rival UW-Milwaukee at 3 p.m. And women's soccer plays host to Loyola Chicago at Valley Fields. Kickoff at 6 p.m. Coming up next, who's the early favorite to win the Heisman?
Plus, is Arch Manning overhyped?
Stick around for all that and more after the break.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Action!
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab,
I knew
a
it.
car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
Welcome back to GESR. We're now in studios where we're discussing all the topics in college football. Joining me on the panel tonight is Zach Mainville and Ben Ward. Let's talk some football. We're now 2 weeks into the college football season. Good or bad, what teams have surprised you so far? I'm going to start with you, Zach.
Ooh, most surprising, I got to say Miami right now. Miami's looking really good. They beat Notre Dame 24-27. Carson Beck came back, brought them all the way back to win the game with a game-winning field goal. And then at the end of it, with 1 minute to go, Notre Dame had -6 yards, and Miami had 2 sacks against them. They had 2 turnovers that game. I mean, they looked unbelievable. That was the first time Miami beat a top 10 team in nearly 8 years. I think right now it's got to be Miami.
And for you?
Yeah, I like the Miami pick here. I'm going to have to go with Florida State, though. They have shown a lot of adversity coming back from a terrible, terrible showing of last year. Thomas Castellanos has been absolutely amazing to start the season. Big win over Alabama at home. Fans rushing the field. It was an awesome atmosphere for that team. It's going to build them confidence for the rest of the season for sure. Gus Malzahn has done a great job as well as offensive coordinator. They have really done a very good job this season to start off.
I like both of your picks. I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to have to go with I'm going to go with Florida State. Florida State has surprised everyone this season with a signature win over number 8 Alabama to start the year. The Seminoles are looking to improve as they enter ACC play.
Yeah, Castellanos looked amazing that game.
He did look amazing. And I have to say one thing, Carson Beck, props to you for coming back. Last season was rough for you. Mm-hmm. Done a very nice job of coming back.
Junior phenom Arch Manning has struggled to find his footing so far this year. Is it time to panic, or will Arch and the Longhorns figure it out? I'm going to start with you, Ben.
Arch Manning, he's got a lot to play for. He's coming off of literally 2 of the great quarterbacks of the family line. But the thing is, he's done a nice job. He's kept his head down. He's performed. He had to go against an Ohio State team on the road, one of the best defenses in the nation. I think he's done a good job. I think, like I said, he's kept his head down. He's staying confident. I think he'll bounce back for the rest of the year. He had a nice showing, of course, against an FCS school. He's expected to do well. But like I said, a tough game to start the season. I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, that's the thing is he was playing Ohio State. That was his first time starting on a road game, and it's in Ohio State. Coming off a national championship, they just got a new defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia, who was an NFL coordinator for 20 years before that, winning a couple Super Bowls with the Patriots. I mean, that's a hard game and a hard environment, and you know what? He stuck it out. He didn't play a great game, but the next game he had 5 touchdowns. For sure. I think also he's kind of being looked at too, because his last name is Manning. He's kind of being looked at like he should be up here, but it's like this kid hasn't really played that much college football, so let's put him at here and then see how he goes. I think he's just being too underrated right now.
And I do want to add on just to that. I mentioned it earlier, but he has done a really nice job. That name is everyone knows the name in college football and NFL, but he's keeping his head down. He's playing well. He's said in interviews before, he knows he hasn't proved anything. And even Steve Sarkisian knows that. His whole team knows that. They're behind his back. He's going to be fine.
One follow-up question I want to ask you guys is, do you think he'll be the first quarterback drafted next year, like you said, Ben, with name recognition?
I think he's going to be thrown in their top 5 for sure. I mean, all the mocks are going to have him top 5 just for the name. But I do think performance will say a lot. I don't think just because of his name he will be the number 1 pick in the draft. I do also think it depends on who is drafting in that top spot. Do they need a quarterback, or does he fit the play style of the NFL team that's drafting? So I think it's up in the air right now, but he'll definitely be thrown in their top 5 in all the mocks.
I I kind of agree. I think it honestly is going to take a lot more. We got to see the season first, right?
For sure.
I think also too the potentiality that he stays another year too, I feel like is higher than people think. I feel like people are saying he's going to be a number 1 pick this year, and obviously if he's a number 1 pick this year, and no one else is a doubt question, right? Yeah, he should go to the NFL, but I don't really think that he will, to be honest. I think he has a higher chance of staying in college another year just because this is his first year really starting, you know, and he's looked unbelievable when he's not playing an NFL script defense.
Exactly.
Obviously, early year, but we got to see what happens. Looks good right now.
Yep.
For sure. I'm going to have to agree with you. I feel like Arch would do much better. It'd be much beneficial for his career if he were to stay at Texas for an extra year. Moving on, the 2025 season is still very young, but who has stood out to you as an early Heisman contender? I'm going to start with you, Ben.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lenore Sellers of South Carolina. I love him as a player. He's an absolute dog. He will run through any defender in his way, and he gives off those Lamar Jackson vibes. He is an outstanding competitor as well. Like I said, he'll run through a brick wall for his team, and I think the fact that he stayed at South Carolina, it says a lot. It says a lot about how he wants to win with a team that he has his back. I think he's a great teammate in that honor, and I think that'll just help him play even better, knowing that he has the teammates around him that love him, that will play for him because he stayed that extra year and didn't transfer anywhere else like most of the players nowadays do. So I really like Lenore Sellers this year. Had a great showing his first game against Virginia Tech, and I think he's going to do a great job the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree. I think he definitely has a chance. The storyline is probably one of the most underrated Heisman prediction things because I feel like a lot of years it's about storyline, right? Travis Hunter had half the touchdowns Ashton Jeanty had last year, but he was in a better team with a better story, and that's why he won it. He played both sides of the ball too. It's obviously not statistics or everything.
Yeah.
But he had an unbelievable year and he won it. This year, I'm going to say it's Carson Beck. I think he's coming out. He's playing unbelievable in the first 2 games. Like I said earlier, he came all the way back from, he brought that Miami team back in order to win that game, and then they sealed it, right? I think Carson Beck really has a chance to consolidate himself as a round 1 pick this year because in the previous couple of years, he hasn't been seen that way, right? He's been in a bubble offense, and it's kind of been interesting. But I think this year, he definitely has the chance of succeeding and just going through a whole new chapter in his NFL journey.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree with you. I feel like Beck's going to be the pick. Even, like you said, at Georgia, he has performed extremely well. Under Mike Bobo's offense, he threw for over 800 yards and 18 touchdowns in those 2 seasons he started with the Dogs. Like you said, there is improvement at Miami. I am so shocked. And even in that win against Notre Dame, it was absolutely proven that, he is coming out with a vengeance for his senior year to win this.
I totally agree. I did not think he was going to – he's defied my expectations this year. I did not think he was going to play this well.
Absolutely.
But he is just – he's taken the floor and notched it up a bunch.
Yes.
And not to mention that Notre Dame defense is spectacular. They made it look easy out there.
Exactly. Yeah. Coming up, are the Chiefs cooked or will the Packers come out of the NFC? Find out after the break.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to load their minds. Dare to explore. Dare to STEM. Learn more at She Can STEM.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that? This one? No. Were you texting and driving again? Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
And welcome back, once again to Studio 7, where we're discussing everything in the NFL. Let's get right to it. Last Sunday, the Green Bay Packers made a statement versus the reigning NFC North champions in the Detroit Lions, winning 27-13. After the big Micah Parsons trade and a win like that, are the Packers the team to beat in the NFC? What about the league? Zach, I'm going to start with you.
I definitely think that the Packers have a great chance of being in the Super Bowl. I also don't think at this point we can really be judging them based off one game either. And we can't be judging the rest of the league based off one game. I mean, it's obvious that, they probably had the best game out of any team that week because they played a superior opponent from the last couple of years and they beat them handily. I mean, they didn't allow a touchdown until the final 2 minutes, and it was a one-handed grab that was just insane. I feel like the Micah Parsons trade really just made this team kick it up a notch, right? Their run defense was insane. I mean, their run defense, I've never seen their run defense play that well, and they lost Kenny Clark, who was their best interior lineman. I think this Packer team has a high ceiling. I can't say they're the best team in the league right now because of the pedigree and because of the years past, but what I can tell you is that they got a lot to happen this year.
For you?
I agree with the fact that it is going to be hard to judge these teams off week one. And I do want to say that they do have a high ceiling. I agree, they have a high ceiling. Mm-hmm. Super Bowl is a crazy, crazy word to put in the same sentence as the Green Bay Packers.
God.
I don't know. I just think that it's going to take a couple more years for them to lift the Lombardi. And, Jordan Love he's experienced. He's played a couple years.
How many years?
2 or 3. I think they just need more pieces on offense. I don't know. I think that offense needs a little bit more star power. Their defense has really stepped up. I do agree. Micah Parsons, he's going to show out. He's Micah Parsons. Xavier McKinney, they have the piece on defense, but the offense, Matthew Golden coming in as a rookie, he needs to show more. It is just week one, but I hope to see some more from Golden. Hope to see some more. You got Jalen Reed. They just signed Christian Watson. So they have confidence in Watson. They have confidence in their receivers. But does Love do? Does Love does? I don't know. I just think that I need to see more from the offense. They did do well. The Lions are definitely a great team in the NFL. Do I think the Lions are as good as last year? No. But they're the Lions, and they have a good offense still. A lot of coordinator changes on the Detroit side. But like I said, I just think I don't know. The Lombardi is going to be a little out of reach for the next couple. I'll say 2 years for the Packers. I do have confidence though. I think an NFC Championship run could happen. But in the NFC, you got the Eagles, got the Commanders. It's competitive. It's going to be the Eagles again this year.
Eagles again?
Coming out of the NFC.
Oh, my God. With the way they looked on Thursday?
I don't know. I think that Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts. He's a great leader. They still have Saquon. Saquon Barkley hasn't changed a bit. And then, honestly, Dallas isn't bad. I think Brian Schottenheimer is a good head coach. I think he's going to do a great job. So I think Dallas is going to surprise some people this year. Obviously, I don't think they're going to win the division or make a run in the playoffs. However,
A.J. Brown, 1 catch, 8 yards.
1 catch, 8 yards.
They won the game. They won the game. They don't need A.J. Brown to do good.
Nobody scored in the second
half. They don't need
half.
A.J. Brown to do good. They don't need A.J. Brown to do good to win games.
Moving on. The Chiefs are now 0-1 following their primetime loss to the Chargers last Friday in Brazil. The defense looked flawed and Herbert even outplayed Mahomes. So, is the Chiefs' dynasty over? I'm going to start with you, Ben.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, it's hard. It's hard week one. The Chargers, they have a good defense. They have a really good defense. They had the highest scoring defense of last year. And coming into this year, they didn't make a lot of changes on defense. They also added Bosa. So I think that this game can't be you can't determine anything off the Chargers game. The Chiefs are going to be the Chiefs. Mahomes is going to be Mahomes. They're going to perform later on in the season. They get Rashee Rice back middle of the season later on. So I think that they're going to get their pieces. I do think the trade to the Bears with Tooney, I think that was the offensive line may have to do some work. But of course the Super Bowl performance of the O-line was absolutely horrendous. But I don't know. I just think you can't say anything. Mahomes is Mahomes. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. They're going to chief. They're going to make a run in the playoffs. Like I said, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I got to agree. They're not cooked. That's for sure. There's no way you can say they're cooked after one game. especially when Xavier Worthy went out in the first drive, right? Chargers losing Joey Bosa, that was a loss, but they lost him pretty much the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
He's not been playing at all, and they still looked really good. It's hard to say that one team is going to be better than the other right now, but the Chiefs' dynasty is not over. Worthy is day-to-day. We'll see what happens. They might be bad for a couple weeks. They have a really tough schedule coming up this first half of the season.
They have a tough schedule. Yeah, that's a great point.
But right after
that's
this,
a great point.
I mean, they have a couple divisional games, and they're playing the Titans, and they're playing the Giants pretty soon. I mean, they have these easy games that they can get through, and then I feel like once Rice come back, once Worthy gets healthy, once the whole offense starts fitting again, they're going to run through this.
But I have an additional question, though. Do you think that with the Bills and the Ravens, again, they're gonna be in the conversation for AFC Championship? Do you see the Chiefs coming out of the AFC this year, though? Do the Bills and Ravens get over the hump and beat the Chiefs this year?
I'll let him go.
Honestly, yes. I feel like this could be the year, based off of how Josh Allen performed on Sunday night against Baltimore. Absolutely. I mean, just showing that resilience this early in the season, absolutely they could get over Kansas City.
And here's the other thing. Okay, but here. The Chiefs have been to 7 straight AFC championships.
They have.
That's true.
And they've won 5 of them. 6 of them have been at home. Do we not think they could at least make the conference championship again?
They'll make it. They'll make it. I think they'll make
Nate's
it.
doubtful.
Well, I am doubtful. But then again, it is, the AFC, and the Chiefs always somehow find a way to perform.
It's true. You can't deny it. You can't deny it as a sports fan in general. You can't deny it. The Chiefs have taken over the league. However, I will say, to your point, I think the Bills and Ravens, I think this is their best year to get over that hump. Lamar and Josh Allen to get over that hump and beat Mahomes in the playoffs. It has to happen at some point. Or we keep throwing Lamar and Josh Allen in these conversations of
we've been saying
they're one of the greats.
5 years.
They win MVP. It's 5 years, and the only quarterback to do it has been Burrow and Brady in the playoffs. So it's going to be hard, but I do agree with you, Nate. It's a year for the Bills and Ravens to get over that hump.
All right, great shouts, guys. Moving on, after blowing an 11-point lead versus the Vikings, Caleb Williams and the Bears start the season 0-1. How strong is the rest of the division? Are the Bears the worst team in the NFC North this season? I'm going to start with you.
Look, as a Packers fan, I really want to hate on the Bears, but I don't think they're going to be the worst in the division. Look, this might be a little wild take, but I think obviously, I think the Vikings probably have the greatest chance, but I think the Lions have probably the highest chance of just falling off completely.
Yeah.
Because the Vikings at least looked semi-good in their game. The Lions did nothing. They were dominated on both sides of the ball the entire game. Obviously, losing Ben Johnson was a huge loss for them, right? That's something they're going to have to get used to. Having a new defensive coordinator is also something they're going to have to get used to, right? Dan Campbell has set a precedent where he wants to play tough-nosed football. They did not play that on Sunday. That is the question.
Complete collapse.
If they are able to play that way again, sure, they can probably still make the playoffs. But it's not. That's the thing is, going off what I've seen this year, I don't see that right now. That can change in a couple of weeks. It's week 1. Let's overreact like we want, right?
Yeah.
But let's see what happens.
And for you?
I agree. I think, a lot of drama went around. Does Caleb even want to be in Chicago? All that stuff came out about his comments on the draft and where he's going to get drafted at. But I do think the Bears will be fine. I think their division's tough, but they will be fine. And I think Ben Johnson will figure it out. He did great in Detroit, and he will be fine. The Bears will be fine for sure.
Well, that was a great discussion, and we're out of time. Tune in next week for the coverage of all Marquette sports. I'm Nate Bradley. For Layla Hudson, Zach Pemainville, and Ben Ward. We'll see you next time. Good night, Marquette.